We want to create a collective community of like-minded people who are striving towards the same goals and opportunities because there's plenty to go around. No one's missing out. There's going to be a deal tomorrow, just like there was a deal yesterday. And more importantly, and I don't know if you want to do, I was going to ask you this question if you don't mind.
Yeah. Shoot.
So remember when we first met, we were, talking just like this. And I think you had a meeting coming up and I said, why don't you ask your investors like one thing they love or one thing they hate about real estate agents, right? Do you remember?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So what were some of those answers?
You just put me on the spot here. Let me pull up the text messages. Do you remember yourself?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was that the real estate agents didn't understand what a deal was. They didn't
Yeah.
understand the math. They, they got insulted by an offer, right? They didn't understand some of the language, and that's the gap we bridge with this training, right? And not only do you get the training, but there's a ton of resources. You get the interview questions for investors. We teach you how to build a team, meaning not a real estate team, but having the right attorneys and CPAs and self-directed IRAs and 1031 exchange companies and like how to, because that's something I always found with my investors that I just met. They tested me in one of two ways. They either said, "Hey, do you have an attorney or do you have a title guy that," right? And they were genuinely testing to see if I actually had people, not that they were going to use it, or they would send me a deal and have me run numbers. And those are just opportunities you don't want to fail, right?
So huge. And part of that, so when you attend the CIAS class and here at the Central Phoenix office, AZREIA's headquarters, 16th Street in Camelback, Phoenix, Arizona, you can go to azrea.org/CIAS to get the dates, the price. Going into the team building and running the numbers here at AZREIA, you get, by attending the class, you get 3 free months of our membership, right? We want you to come in, meet the investors, learn the business, and importantly, build your team. We have vetted business associates that have been with us. Some are fairly new, but majority are at least 5 years or more. We have thousands of members that have been using their services. I mean, air conditioner companies, attorneys, property managers, title companies that are all investor friendly. So you yourself can build your team, or you have a quality place to refer your clients to use their services. So you're going to get the right resources when you're out in the field. And with the class, you have the workbook. We're going to have a printed workbook, a digital workbook. You get the calculators, all the documents, everything is included in this class, right?
It is. And in addition to those resources, you have access to marketing and, whether it's flyers or marketing reports or social posts, social stories, email templates, all designed and geared around this topic. So all of that stuff is at your fingertips, which is great. So it's kind of plug and play, Mike. There's a ton of videos. The class is already recorded as well. So if you want to go back and refresh yourself
Oh,
on,
great.
a section, you have access to that. And then we do biweekly masterminds on Zoom. It's again, it's about a community. One of the worst things, and I know you've probably experienced it, and I guarantee your wife has, is you pay for great training and then you feel like you don't do anything with it afterwards, right? I think we do a pretty good job of making sure people have some activities to do. We call it scrubbing properties.
Okay.
And instead of maybe reading the news every morning, maybe you just start running numbers on properties and you'd be surprised that there are deals out there. You're just not used to looking at them that way.
Mm.
So what we do really from the ground up in its simplest format is we cover the benefits of investing in real estate. We start off by comparing it to stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, right? Because, a lot of people are diverse. There's nothing wrong with it.